Hi, Scott here, and I'm going to try to get through this in about 5 minutes, and I'm going to show you how to use the bulk article ordering options here on the site. Now, first and foremost, before you use this option, I would recommend, I would make sure you do this with any request you create. And that is I would add your credits first. Now, why do I say that? For one simple reason, and that is when you create your requests and you don't add your funds first to cover the cost to put the request through, you'll have to save the request as a draft and then come back to it. So let's say, for example, you're creating a request of 10 articles. So you come in here. Here is an example of what I mean. Here is a folder that I chose to use the bulk article option here, and I created 10 individual requests, and I didn't have the funds, and I had to save them as a draft. Now you have to come in here and you have to click the titles individually and then open them up in view of authors right here. Okay, so it can get a little bit time consuming because you can request up to 50 at a time in the bulk article ordering options. That can get a bit time consuming. Now we may eventually add the option to just select them all and then just click a mass open option here. However, that does not currently exist. So make sure you just have the funds in your account ahead of time and make your job easier. That can be done from add credits, or you can do that from buy credits right here, as well as in your account area. There's an option to add credits there as well too. So let's get through this area. You would click this option here. We use this form as a universal form for article ordering as well as ebook requests and custom article requests. So you click that and that takes you into an area that looks like this. I already have my criteria set. Education self-improvement. My price per word is roughly about 1 cent a word. My type of writing is general, and you see here that it shows me 41 authors who qualify for this based on this criteria I have chosen. These, of course, are authors who have taken a voluntary exam to appear for hire in this area. Now, we don't force you to use this. You can bypass this, and then it will go ahead and show you the entire base of authors here on the site. However, we'd recommend using this unless you be sure to use discretion. If you do uncheck this matching system option, you can show them to all of the authors, your requests, by leaving this checked as that, or you can select from them individually if you want right here by associating them with the request by clicking them and moving them over into the associated box. Or you can choose from a select group of favorites that you have, and you of course would do that from the writers list here. So let's say we're just going to create this request and show them to all 41 authors and let them choose from my requests freely. So click continue. Okay, so that takes us into an area here I was testing. Let me go ahead and reset this. Okay, so you'd create a folder or choose from an existing one, and then you would choose the bulk add button here, and then you will see it says a max of 50 per request, and then it shows you the format your titles need to be in. Now each one of these, each line represents a request. Okay, so it starts with your article title, comma, keyword 1, comma, keyword 2. So we allow you up to 2 keywords per request. So here is an example. I'm going to just do 5. I'm going to copy it in here. So you'll notice if you click this, those will disappear. And so if you happen to do that and you're wondering, okay, what was the format again? Just look right here. It shows you the format. Okay, so let's pop these in here. Now you'll notice here that maybe you have a request, one of these, that doesn't have a secondary keyword. If so, just erase it all the way up to the comma. So we'll leave that out. So let's say the rest of these requests out of these 4 do have a primary and a secondary. So I choose my time frame. Let's say I need these back in 5 days. If I need to change the individual time frames for these, you can do that here. I'll show you that in a second. So let's say our word count, or excuse me, our keyword density or keyword usage is 1 to 2% density, 300 word minimum, 350 word maximum. There needs to be a 50 word spread between the minimum and maximum, and then we click add. Okay, so what this will do is it will pre-populate 5 individual entries, as you can see here. If you need to change the criteria for any of these individually, you can do that. So for example, let's say this one needs to be at 450 words at a maximum of 500. Let's say I want this one back. It doesn't need to be back until 10 days. And you'll notice here that I can even choose from the 41 authors that were previously showing. So let's say you know a particular writer you want to designate this one request to. You can do that by doing that. However, I'd recommend arranging that ahead of time with the author from the writers list, maybe contacting them ahead of time. So we'll just leave it as author list. Now that means that this request among all of these, if you leave it set as author list, is going to show to each one of these authors. And any one of these authors will freely be able to pick up any one of these requests. Okay, so if you want to designate a layout or a specific note with an individual request, then I'd select choose layout like this. And then you'll see that these layouts, now what are these? These are brainstorming options here, a thumbnail, how you want the request written. This is a do or not to do outline. You can look at these by clicking that. You can see, you can look at these and you can say, what, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Yes. Click select and then associate that with this individual request. So that tells the author who picks this request up that this is how you would like the request written, and then you can apply additional notes right here. Or if you have a specific thing in mind that may not be pointed out in here, you can just choose a custom layout like this, click select, and then put your additional notes here. Or if you don't want a layout for any of these, just click remove the layout. If you want to remove one of the individual requests, you can do that by clicking reset. This one here is the one that doesn't have the additional keyword. And then once you're ready to go, you see the pricing down here and you click confirm, and then that will go ahead and put all of these requests in view of all of the authors. So this is how you use the bulk article request form. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just simply go to the request content area right here and go to contact support. Thanks for watching, and I hope this has been helpful.